Hey, you want to?
No, take the cuffs off him. Mr. Ford, you are charged with disorderly conduct.
Yes.
A box cutter, a street fight, 2 against 1, and a defendant who stops mid-trial to shout out his mom watching at home. What starts as a potentially violent confrontation outside a CVS turns into one of the most unexpected courtroom moments you'll ever see. Did he brandish a weapon, or was he just defending himself? Was justice served, or did the wrong guy get arrested while the real aggressor walked free? Stick around because this case has more twists than you'd expect. And the ending? You won't believe how the judge handles this one. Let's dive in.
According to the police report, the police were on detail in Kennedy Plaza, and they were drawn to an incident that was taking place in front of the CVS on Fulton Street. They saw 2 subjects who were yelling at each other who appeared to be getting ready to fight. The police did observe in your hand an orange box cutter, and they saw you taking a fighting stance. As a result, the police were able to subdue you, take the box cutter from your hand. They subsequently discovered that it was not extended, so it wasn't open. You were taken to Central Station and charged with disorderly conduct. You have the right to be represented by an attorney. Can you afford an attorney, sir?
No, sir.
All right, so the city will appoint a public defender for you.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to continue this case. The matter will be set down for trial on December 16th of this year. At that time, there will be an attorney present to represent you. I'm going to plead you not guilty, and I'm going to release you on your own promise to come back on $200 personal recognizance.
Okay. Can I say me and my mother loves your show?
I beg your pardon, sir?
Me and my mother loves your show.
Your mother loves
Yes.
to watch a TV show called Court in Providence?
Yes.
Is there anything you want to say to your mother?
How you doing, Mom?
You want to say, Mom, I didn't do it?
Mom, I didn't do it.
Right. It was all the police fault.
This guy was like 280 pounds, 6'6", you know, so.
Yeah, what else you want to tell your mother? Say, Mom, he got away and I'm here. Huh?
I was the stupid one.
Say, Mom, this isn't right. Tell her. This isn't right. I got to say, the judge told me in the police report the other guy got away and they arrested me.
Hey, sometimes that's what happens, you know.
Oh.
I guess, you know, I do admit I was the stupid one to take out the box cutter, but, you know.
Yeah.
He was bigger than me, and he had another friend with him, so.
Oh. It was 2-on-1.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I was not planning on, you know, using the box cutter.
I mean, I'll listen to you, but before I listen to you, I want to tell you something.
Yes.
Okay? Because I have an obligation to do this. You have the presumption of innocence, right?
Yes.
You have the right to have the city prove each and every allegation beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yes.
And you have the right to present witnesses on your behalf and cross-examine witnesses who may testify against you. And you have the right against self-incrimination, which means you don't have to say anything.
Okay.
Now, but if you want to say anything, I will not carry it over to trial.
Okay.
Right, but I'll listen to you. So, did you want to tell me anything? For your mother's sake, did you want your mother to hear this?
Well,
first of all, say, hey, Ma, and then talk to me.
Well, you know, I just, you know, just wanted to say that, you know, I was in fault of holding the box cutter, but, you know, this guy was, you know, way bigger than me. So I was just, you know, just holding it just to, you know, if he does swing at me, I would, you know, use it as a weight. You know, that's it.
Well, it wasn't open, so
No, it wasn't
you would
open.
not have been able.
It was turned backwards, actually.
You would not have been able to slash him based on the police report.
No, I was not definitely thinking about that.
But you thought you could take him anyway, huh?
Not really.
No?
But, you know, if he came at me, you know, it's gonna be just, you know.
Yeah. Were you drinking?
Huh?
Were you drinking?
No, I just came off work. He was drinking. I just came off work. Just got on the bus. He said,
Okay, let's pause here for a second because this case is more complicated than it looks on the surface. Mr. Ford is being charged with disorderly conduct, which in most jurisdictions means engaging in violent, tumultuous, or threatening behavior in a public space. The police report clearly states they saw him with a box cutter in a fighting stance. That alone is enough for an arrest. But here's the twist. The box cutter wasn't even extended. It was closed. So was this really a weapon, or just something he had in his hand during a heated moment? And here's the kicker. The other guy, who was allegedly the aggressor and had a friend with him making it 2-on-1, got away completely. So did police arrest the wrong person, or did Mr. Ford escalate the situation by pulling out the box cutter? The judge is about to let him explain his side, which is rare and shows just how nuanced this case really is. Pay close attention to what happens next.
And
Your Honor, I haven't had a chance to speak with the defendant, but I did learn from Inspector Carrigan that it precipitated on the bus. There was some words exchanged or whatever, and it carried out onto the street, at which time the other party was the more aggressive. Unfortunately, as you clearly stated earlier, the other party got away. Unfortunately, the defendant was stuck here. Your Honor, there's been several years since the last police contact, so city wouldn't object to a filing.
All right. I looked at the report, and it's a marginal situation.
yes.
Okay. There's nothing that jumps out at me. I mean, I think what happened was when the police saw the box cutter,
Yeah.
They
'Cause
became
when I seen them, he was like, I was like, oh.
they became rightfully concerned, obviously. But then they, to their credit, in the police report said that it wasn't extended, it wasn't open.
Yes, it wasn't.
I think this is a matter that we can resolve short of you coming back and having a trial, I think.
Most definitely.
This is a huge moment. The prosecutor, Inspector Quinn, just said the city wouldn't object to a filing. So what does that actually mean? In legal terms, a filing, or continuing a case without a finding, means the charges aren't dismissed, but they're not prosecuted either. It's essentially a probationary period. If Mr. Ford stays out of trouble for a set amount of time, the case disappears completely. No conviction. No record. It's like a second chance wrapped in a legal safety net. But here's what's interesting. The prosecutor openly acknowledges that the other party was more aggressive and got away. That's a massive admission. It tells us that the police likely grabbed whoever they could in the heat of the moment. And now, looking back at the facts, this case doesn't hold much water. The judge called it a marginal situation, which in courtroom speak means, yeah, this is borderline and probably shouldn't have gone this far. So is justice being served here, or is this just damage control? Let's see how this plays out.
Inspector Quinn has made an excellent recommendation. He has recommended, as the prosecuting officer, that I take no action on this case and that I continue it for a period of 6 months.
Okay, sure, thank you.
And that if you have no police contact in the next 6 months, that the case then be dismissed.
Okay.
Now, you don't have to take that. You can come back and have a lawyer. You can try the case. You can have a lawyer make a representation on your behalf. I want you to know, I want you to understand that I am not trying, to subvert your constitutional rights. I want you to know them, understand them, and make a
conscious decision.
make an informed decision.
Yes.
All right. So, first of all, do you understand your rights?
Yes.
Second, do you accept the recommendation of Inspector Quinn?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I'm prepared to institute that. Okay.
Can we just take a moment to appreciate what this judge just did? He didn't have to explain Mr. Ford's constitutional rights in such detail. He didn't have to give him the option to reject the deal and go to trial with a lawyer, but he did. Why? Because he's ensuring that this defendant, who can't afford an attorney and is representing himself, fully understands the choice he's making. This is what judicial fairness looks like. The judge explicitly says, I am not trying to subvert your constitutional rights, which is a direct acknowledgement that defendants in these situations can feel pressured into taking deals they don't fully understand. By walking him through every right, presumption of innocence, burden of proof, right to cross-examine witnesses, right against self-incrimination, the judge is making sure this is a knowing and voluntary decision, and Mr. Ford accepts it. No trial, no conviction, just 6 months of staying out of trouble, and this whole thing goes away. But the big question remains, should he have been arrested in the first place? Let's get to the final ruling.
This matter will be continued for a period of 6 months. If there's no further police contact, the matter will be dismissed. Understanding, Mr. Ford, that if there is police contact, this matter will be reactivated.
Yes.
Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So here's what just happened. Mr. Ford walked into that courtroom facing a disorderly conduct charge that could have resulted in a criminal conviction, fines, and a permanent record. But because of the prosecutor's honest assessment, the judge's careful review of the facts, and the acknowledgement that the other party, who was arguably more at fault, got away, this case was resolved with a 6-month continuance. If Mr. Ford stays out of trouble, the charge disappears entirely. No conviction. No record. It's a fair outcome, especially considering the circumstances. He was outnumbered 2-1, just got off work, wasn't drinking, and the box cutter was never even open. The real takeaway here? The system worked the way it's supposed to. The prosecutor didn't push a weak case. The judge didn't rubber stamp an arrest. And Mr. Ford got a second chance. But it also raises important questions about how police make split-second decisions and whether the right person always ends up in handcuffs. What do you think? Was this justice? Or should the other guy have been arrested too? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this case as wild as we did, make sure to smash that like button. Share this video with anyone who loves real courtroom drama, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss another jaw-dropping case breakdown. We've got plenty more where this came from. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.